Hey guys, Joe on it here. About to do another battle replay sent in by Dan the Man from Hungry Wolves. He will be controlling the Iceni, so let's check out his army comp. He's got 4 units of the Britain Slingers. He's got 2 units of Heroic Nobles back here. One of them is his General. He's got 2 units of Veteran Riders, a unit of Chariots, 4 units of his Chosen Sword Band, and a little sneaky move down here. He's got 2 units of Ambushers that Egypt here will not see until the battle begins. On this other side here, we have Lusitani, who is being commanded by Ulfer, another member of the Hungry Wolves team. He is bringing with him 3 units of the Lusitani Swordswomen. He's got 2 units of the Veteran Shield Warriors, a unit of Lusitani Nobles, and a unit of Lusitani Nobles for his General. And he's bringing along 3 units of the Balearic Slingers. Then down over here in the woods, he's got 8 units over here. All of them are guerrilla. He's got 4 units of guerrilla warrior swords and 4 units of guerrilla spear infantry. So that's going to be pretty interesting to see when he pulls them out and what kind of damage they're going to be able to do here against Macedon, who Macedon is being commanded by Night Raven. Let's go over his army comp. He has 3 units of the mercenary Cretan archers, a regular unit of archers. He's got a unit of Thurio spears back here, a unit of mercenary Thracian warriors, pikemen here, pikemen there. His general is a shield bearer. He has brought a Greek onager, and I believe he has 5 units of the thorax swordsmen all on his towers here. No, 4 of them on the towers, 1 of them is on this ram, and he has 2 units of citizen cavalry on this rear over here. Egypt is being commanded by Eileen C. McGann. Hope I said your name correctly. She or he has 5 units of thorax swordsmen here on these towers, a unit of royal thorax there, another unit of royal thorax swordsmen up in the front, a Greek heavy onager, 2 units of the light cavalry, 3 units of Nubian bowmen. He's got 2 units of pikes on the side, a unit of Egyptian infantry, and the Carian axeman as a general. Let's just take a look at see what the Carian axeman looks like. Okay, maybe the axe. Oh, there's the axe. The axe is hanging from their hip there. Okay, so they do have javelins. Okay, well, without further ado, let's get this battle going. I want to kind of see how quick Dan pushes in his ambushers here and what Egypt ends up doing. So immediately, as soon as the battle starts, the ambushers are starting to throw the pila, and here comes just a hail of arrows coming in from the Nubian bowmen in the back line. Also, the general is throwing his pila. Everybody just wants to get these ambushers off the field. But look here, we have the sally out coming from the Iceni. He's got his 2 units of veteran riders and his chariots on their way out the door. The light cavalry are coming over to meet the veteran riders out here. Let's see, was the Iceni doing any damage? Yeah, they're cutting down on some of the heavy onager a little bit. Another light cavalry over here. So the ambushers they're halting. Oh, this unit got completely destroyed off the field. Okay. Chariots are deadly. So if you guys did not know that already, chariots are absolutely deadly if they are used correctly. We have some cavalry combat going on here. Veteran riders going against some light cavalry. The other unit of veteran riders has turned back around and is going to charge into the light cavalry from behind. Macedon has sent over his 2 units of citizens cavalry to try and help out the Egyptian unit, but that does not seem that it's going to happen. So now Iceni is able to pull this unit off and charge right into this unit of Royal Thorax Swordsmen, Egyptian infantry. The other unit of ambushers is still alive, surprisingly. And here comes the chariots on a very wide flank. I'm actually going to stay on the chariots for a little bit so you guys can actually see how deadly these chariots can be. So we have 2 full units moving on their way over here to block them off. And as you can see, they are able to just flash right through both of those lines like they're not even there and move forward on to the next unit, starting to run them over. We have the the veteran riders in the backfield causing massive hysteria for all of these bowmen back in the rear lines. The chariots are just running amok. They're already up to 200 kills, 230 kills. Just absolutely destroying these units of pikemen. 2 units of pikemen, a unit of bowmen, and the general is over here is already down to 90 guys. So we've got some serious damage coming out here from these chariots, who now have broken over 300 kills, are absolutely wrecking these units. Let's see, take a look at the actual siege itself. Thorax swordsmen are finally getting up onto the walls here with the towers, and this royal thorax swordsman is making their way to the gate. The Macedonian citizen cavalry was able to rout the veteran riders from Iceni, which is good, because they definitely need a hand over here. But this unit of chariots, there's 15 of them, just still absolutely obliterating this back line and pretty much the entirety of this side flanking army of Egypt. I cannot. 478 kills. Macedonian citizen cavalry is doing the best that they can, trying to help rout out this unit of veteran riders. The chariots are on their way in for yet another charge. Let's see if we can get this. Just absolutely demolishing that line, going right through them. Pikemen are like they're not even there. It's just chariots are gross. Chariots are absolutely disgusting. So yeah, we just have a whole lot of death going on over here. Let's check out what's going on the rest. So we have some infantry colliding here inside the settlement. Thorax swordsmen surrounding the chosen swordsman, or chosen swords band. The combat's going pretty good over here. Like I said, the combat just started. Let's go back over here to the Macedonian push. They are easily taking the walls, as Ulfr is sitting back and letting them just take into the walls here, pushing this tower up. They're probably going to silence this arrow tower and take this gate over before this ram even gets to the gate. They're taking this tower over here. He's still holding his flanking force, his guerrilla force, so I'm really interested in seeing what he ends up doing with these 8 units just coming out of nowhere. I mean, could you imagine being one of the guys, say he was going to push out here, could you imagine just being one of these guys on the end of this Thracian warrior line, just happening to turn and look in that direction and just see a horde of warriors just flooding out of those woods? I don't know what I would do in that situation. Let's see. Okay, so everything seems to have been wrapped up over here. The chariots did, let's see if we can find them, 617 kills with 20 chariots. Actually, 18 chariots. No, 20. There's still 2 of them left. But just absolute destruction on this side of the battlefield. As you can see, just Egypt has been chipped down immensely to what they once had on this flank. Let's get back over here. There they are. Lusitania is now coming out. As you can see, the eyeball over some of them are still hidden, but they are going to make their presence known. They're going to be pushing out here. I think they were wanting to try and get in and get against these archers, but I'm not seeing any units from Macedon starting to turn to face these guerrillas. So I don't know if this player knows that they are there yet. I hope he sees them soon. Ah, okay, he has seen them. No, he still hasn't seen them. He's still marching forward here. I hope he turns sometime soon, unless he's maybe moving his units up here and he just doesn't see this back here yet. But, oh wow, Pila throws, just javelin throws everywhere. 8 whole units of ambushers coming out against this unsuspecting Macedon army. He's obviously noticed now, because he's moving his 2 units of citizen cavalry over here. Going to charge in here onto the guerrilla warriors here. Not that great of a charge though. I think they hit a lot of their own guys, so that was unfortunate for the Macedonian player. 1 unit of his archers has already taken a massive hit. They are routing. Hopefully they return. There's still 87 of them. One of the unit of Thracian warriors over here is routing. The pikemen are starting to rout, probably just because of all this, all this peel throw from these guerrilla warriors here. Let's get into the city over here, see how well Egypt is doing. Egypt is doing rather well over here. Actually, Macedon pulled a unit of their thorax swordsmen around over to flank in behind this chosen sword band. So, Dan's got... He's got some units back up over here. He's pulling his slingers back up into the town center. He's bringing back a unit of chosen sword band back. He's got another unit of heroic nobles holding the gate here. But if they stay there, I don't think they're going to survive very long against all of these Egyptian units. Let's get back over onto the Macedon side, see what's going on down here. We have some combat down here. Lusitani swordswomen fighting against 2 units of the thorax swordsmen, and another unit thorax swordsmen fighting this unit of Lusitani swordswomen. Combat is... Macedon is winning currently. And over here, the Lusitani swordswomen are losing on this side. This unit of thorax swordsmen here from Macedon are just... I guess they're just waiting to finish, for these to finish off in the middle here. The Macedonian player has moved his 3 units of the Cretan archers. Those are the ones that lived, okay. He's moved his 3 units of Cretan archers over here and now are starting to get control of this guerrilla deployment. This unit of Thracian warriors has returned to the battle, so we'll see if they're able to get back into some combat. 1 unit of his citizen cavalry is trying to come around. I guess maybe he's going to try and get a rear charge in on these guerrilla deploys here. But the archers are now starting to do some very heavy damage. This unit of, I believe this was guerrilla warriors, just got completely mowed down here by these Cretan archers. So it seems that the guerrilla deployment did what it was supposed to do. It confused the Macedonian player, and they routed some of the units over here. I mean, not all of the bodies over here are Lusitani. There are a decent amount of Macedonian troops dead here as well. He's still got his citizens' cavalry back here. Lusitani guerrillas are pulling back away from the Macedonian general, so they still do have 3 units out here. This is not something that Macedon can just, not worry about, because they can still do some damage. Breaking this unit of Thurio spears with these 2 units, so I'm wondering what's he going to do. Maybe he'll throw one of his depleted units in towards and follow the rest around to these general, just to try and get the general off the field. Oh, that unit of cavalry almost got caught up there, but the Macedonian player saw it at the last second and pulled them out. This Lusitani guerrillas are still just trailing this general away, trying to get into the side of the citizen cavalry, and they pull away again here. Let's get back inside, see how the swordswomen are doing. Swordswomen are pretty much done, but all of the slingers are up on the walls here, just taking free shots. It's like shooting fish in a barrel here. Just taking shots at these thorax swordsmen. And let's see what Egypt is doing over here. The Iceni general has actually moved himself down onto the main field and is holding back 3 units of thorax swordsmen. Here comes a unit of light cavalry into a charge on the rear of the Iceni general, and another unit of heroic nobles holding back the other 2 units. So all 5 units of the thorax swordsmen over here are being held back by 2 units of heroic nobles, just to give you an idea of how badass those units really are. Egypt has unfortunately had some units break. The cavalry broke. Another one of the units of the thorax swordsmen has broken. This unit is starting to waver now, and now the Iceni player has moved his Britain slingers up onto the hill and are just getting just great positioning, great shots into the backs of these thorax swordsmen. So let's get back over to the Macedon Lusitani side. So the swordswomen have prevailed with the help of the Balearic slingers. I'm going to say that they helped tremendously. Macedon is still moving more units up onto the walls. He actually broke a breach through here. I didn't see that happen. He must have done that with his onager. We have a unit of guerrilla warriors that are still running around back over here, now going to follow the archers back inside. We have the general over here for Macedon, Lusitani guerrillas, A Lusitani guerrilla unit has broken, and a unit of Macedon pikemen. So we have 100 versus 74 for the Lusitani versus the Macedonian general. Hopefully the general doesn't die back here, but we will have to see what goes on. This unit of guerrilla warriors was quickly halted by a unit of thorax swordsmen. I guess the Macedon player is done with this Lusitani guerrilla deployment. I think he's shown that he is completely finished with this. He wants nothing more to do with it. The shield bearers are still going in. Pikes are moving back over to continue to help the general on this side. Lusitani guerrillas down to 88 men. So we have Egypt has been essentially wiped off the board over here by these two units of heroic nobles. I'm sorry I missed that. I was over here trying to cut. I didn't think that battle was going to end that quickly. Macedon has moved up a unit of thorax swordsmen facing off against a unit of chosen sword band that Dan was able to pull back. Unit of veteran shield warriors are looking like maybe they're going to charge into the backs of these thorax swordsmen. Hopefully he doesn't just leave them sit there for very long, because they will eventually break. And this one has come down to a draw. So, okay, well, still going to post this because I really want you guys to see the absolute devastation of the chariots. So it's unfortunate this battle came down to a draw, but I believe that the Macedonian player, maybe he felt that he was all alone here because Egypt had been routed off the battlefield, and maybe he didn't think that he was going to be able to do much more against the forces that the Iceni and Lusitani still had left over. So let's quickly look over the kills and get this one wrapped up. So for the Lusitani, we had a lot of units that didn't even see combat. The Lusitani swordswomen, 3990. The Balearic slingers, 182, 95, and 141. Good showing there by the slingers. I mean, for really barely even getting into combat, that's really good. They were able to save those two units of swordswomen. The Lusitani guerrillas, here we go. 134, 64, 255 for this unit. 100, and now we get into the spears, 69, 73, and 53. Good stuff there. Let's get over to Dan. His heroic noble general, 109. The other noble unit, 209. The chariots, 617 kills. Just absolutely obliterating the Egyptian rear line over there. Veteran riders, 184 and 70. His Balearic slingers did not really even get into combat. He had 23 and 3. Chosen swords band, 110, 143, 86, and 60. And his two units of ambushers were there for a surprise, which they definitely were part of the beginning of the surprise. 79 and 17. Let's move over to Egypt. General was pretty much cut down. The onager didn't get much of anything. He got a kill. The light cavalry, 24 and 81. The archers really didn't have time to perform because of the chariots that came in. The Egyptian infantry, the pikemen didn't have a chance. Nobody really had a chance that was on the right side. If you're looking at the city, on the right side of the Egyptian army, nobody over there really had a chance to do much of anything against the chariots and the two units of veteran riders that came out. The units that did make it to the wall, though, they performed pretty well. 47, 85, 51, 101, 80. This unit of Royal had 1 kill, and I believe this is the unit that stayed on the ram, pushing up. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that got into the city. That's why they had so many kills. And the Macedon army, the one that suffered the fate of the guerrilla deployment on this side, his general, 245. Onager had 12. His citizen cavalry, 67 and 50. The archer unit only had 16. I think that's the unit that got hit first, and they routed pretty much immediately. They might have come back, but I don't think they did. Obviously, they didn't do much. The 3 units of mercenary Cretan archers, 119, 186, and 42. The Thracian warriors got destroyed. pikemen got 10 kills. The other unit of pikemen got 10 kills. These are the units that made it inside the city. Thorax Swordsman 106, 43, 34, 116, 36, and the Thurio Spears that stayed outside, they got 17. So, sorry for a quick battle here. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a full battle or not, but again, if nothing else, you got to see the absolute devastation ability of the chariots in Rome 2. Dan the Man, again, thank you for sending in this replay. All for Dan. We're going to have to get some battles together soon, the three of us. Maybe start getting the Hungry Wolves name back out there again. Eileen McGann and Night Raven, again, thank you for being part of this replay, and I will talk to you guys soon.